So just in case you guys weren't sick of me talking about this fragrance, I'm gonna do a re-review of it. What's up guys, welcome to the fragrance review of my #1 favorite fragrance on this earth, Maison Margiela Replica Jazz Club. If I sound stuffed up, I've got a little bit of a nose cold thingy going on, but this is my favorite fragrance on the earth, and I reviewed it when I started my fragrance channel because a lot of guys requested me to do it, you know, and at the time I liked it. I had a decent sized sample, or no, I had a couple samples of it, and I thought I had a good take on it. Now I'd like to re-review it because obviously my opinion has shifted. At the time I rated it an 8.5 to a 9, and basically the only thing that drug it down for me at the time was the performance, and that I thought the scent kind of faded with time. I'm here today to tell you that neither of those things are true, and I'm going to give you a re-review, a full, honest take on my experience with Jazz Club now. So, this is my favorite fragrance, and you probably can guess that I'm only going to say good things about it, because, to my nose, there are only good things about it. But you can also guess the rating at the end of this video, so bear with me. I'm going to go through what it smells like, the exact performance I get, what I would wear it with, and compliments, of course. So, first off, what do you smell? Jazz Club, to me, this has the prettiest opening I've ever smelled. It's got all the other facets of Jazz Club, which are rum, tobacco, sweetness, like coconut, coconut tropical kind of thing. It's got like a citrusy thing too. The opening is the prettiest thing I've ever smelled. So, what you're gonna get is like this sweet, semi-spicy tropical juice, which is what Jazz Club is, and that opening is special because it's just a bit more bright. It's got this bright, alive juiciness to it that just makes it absolutely beautiful and intoxicating to my nose. So the thoughts that come to mind when I smell Jazz Club are sexy, daring, masculine, because it's not a feminine sweet at all. That rum keeps it very masculine, as well as tobacco. But more words, tropical, beautiful, and I could go on. I could go on with adjectives all day. The bottom line is this smells really, really good. It doesn't fall into that seductive, mysterious category, but it is so sexy to my nose. This is just how a man should smell. To me, anyway. So next on to the performance. This is originally a knock I had against Jazz Club. Well, first off we're going to talk about projection. It's fine. It's totally fine for what you need it for. It's not beast mode at all. It's not like Francis Kirkjohn, Oud Satin Mood. It's not going to go out and steal people 15 feet away. Jazz Club is going to give you a scent bubble. It's going to give you a typical cologne projection, basically. And now, as far as longevity is concerned, I used to think that this one kind of tailed off around the 4 or 5 hour mark. Again, not the case. I've had about 10 hours off of Jazz Club, and it maintains this really beautiful scent the whole way through. I used to think that it tailed off into like this kind of generic cologne-y smell near the end of the fragrance, and does it get a little bit less prominent? Do you get a little bit less of that juicy sweetness that you do off the top? Yeah, but not that much, and not enough to justify knocking it down a few pegs. So, performance, very, very good. Longevity, 10 hours. Now, what would I wear it with? This is another reason that I really love Jazz Club, is because you can wear it with something like I've got on here. It's just a plain old white t-shirt and regular sand blue denim, or you could dress it way up. You could wear this with a suit. You could wear this with a suit jacket, you know, a blazer. You could wear all black with it. It is so versatile for the stuff that I like to wear. You know, there's no real color limitations as far as clothing is concerned. There is no occasion limitations anyway. I wouldn't wear this to the gym. Obviously not. I wouldn't wear this in the high heat. I have, because I'm stupid, and it had to be tried. That's the only way you'll ever know anything, is if you try it. But those are the only 2 occasions I can think of where I would not wear Jazz Club. Casually, it's great. Dates, great. Nights out, great. You can wear it in the club, although I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think it's strong enough to compete with like Dior Sauvage or Ultra Male. You know the typical club list. So pretty much all occasions. The only season I don't go for it a whole lot is summertime. Even then, summer nights, it's a really good fragrance and it can still work. And I do still wear it in the summer nights sometimes. Next on to, is it safe? Fairly. I've never had a bad reaction to this, never even close. Most people really, really like this stuff because it's similar to Dolce & Gabbana The One. I compare the two all the time. Are they the same? Absolutely not. But do they share some tropical, rummy elements? Yeah, they do. And so if you've smelled The One, this is going to ring a bell for you. It did for me the first time I smelled it. I thought, you know, this smells like D&G The One. And it does. But it's in a similar vein where most people aren't going to give you a bad reaction. Most people are gonna love it. Now, for compliments, if you saw my video for Most Complimented 2018, this placed in at number 2. And I think a reason it might not have gotten as many as it could have, which is crazy because it was at number 2, is because I didn't really know how many sprays to go with it. Because depending on the weather, it is kind of tricky with this one. I find in the cold you can go up to like 7 sprays with it. But if it's even remotely warm, 3 is kind of pushing it. So it took some learning, figuring out how to spray this, but once I did, I find like, if people can smell you, they're gonna compliment you. It's that simple. It's another one of those fragrances, just like in that video I said with Prada L'Homme. The issue with L'Homme is that people need to smell you, but if they do, just like with Jazz Club, they're gonna compliment you. So compliments very high, was my number 2 pick for 2018. A really good reason. It pulled a lot of work for me in this past year. So now, what are my closing thoughts in the rating? I don't know, it's a 10. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's clearly my favorite fragrance in my collection. It's my most reached for. I wear it all occasion, I wear it all season, like I said. I wish that I spent more time with it earlier, but I frankly wrote this fragrance off because I was a niche snob and I didn't think it was as good as some of my expensive niche fragrances. Turns out to my nose it's better. So it's just a lesson to always be aware of that subtle little bias in you that says, you know, my expensive fragrances are better than my cheap fragrances just because I paid more money for them. It's not the case at all. This is an upper end designer fragrance as far as the price is concerned, but compare Creed Aventus to it. Creed Aventus is like $300 plus. This is like $150. So subliminally, I told myself that I didn't love this because it wasn't my most expensive fragrance, which is clearly a joke. I think looking back now, it's always been my favorite. I've always loved wearing it. It always gets a ton of compliments. It suits me really well, and I think it'll suit a lot of young guys really well. You know, maybe not super immature, but man, this, as far as I'm concerned, is my favorite fragrance, and it's the best thing I've ever smelled. Like I said, that opening, the opening is magical. 10 out of 10. I'm gonna stop rambling. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of Maison Margiela Replica Jazz Club. What a fragrance. What a fragrance is all I have for you. It's my baby, it's my favorite. If you enjoyed this video, please comment down below. What do you think of Jazz Club? You know, is it as good as I say it is? It doesn't matter because it is to me, but let us know your thoughts down below. I know a lot of people have picked it up or have gotten their noses on it based on my recommendation, and they said that they really loved it. So if you haven't tried this one, it's absolutely one to check out. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, guys. Like I said, comment down below, hit the thumbs up and the bell to get notified when I come out with new reviews. I hope you enjoyed this video, this re-review of my baby, Replica Jazz Club. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.